Think about June 27th, 2025. This date, it's not random. It's been circled for you by something far bigger, long before you even drew your first breath. You didn't just wander in here. You were handpicked, pulled forward for this very moment. And I get it, that word chosen can hit hard. Maybe you're thinking, I'm not perfect. My history's got some chapters I'd rather skip. But get this straight, perfection was never the entry ticket. You're here because you've got something inside you, something the world is starving for right now. All this time, every single thing, every quiet moment, even the tough stuff, that wasn't life messing with you. That was life forging you. The loneliness, that was your workshop. While others were getting noticed, you were being meticulously crafted. While they raced on, you got the wait signal. That pause wasn't a penalty, it was divine. Because what you're about to deliver needs roots, it needs real strength. It's like a deep well, not a shallow puddle. The quiet wasn't empty, it was the hush before a symphony. And guess what? The music's starting. There's a real power in how things line up. You might have felt unseen, passed over. But trust me, not a single second of your path was missed by the universe. Everything you couldn't understand, every unanswered prayer, it's all clicking into place. That's why, even when every bone in your body screamed give up, you couldn't. That's why your spirit kept fighting when life tried to knock you out. You weren't built to fold. You were built to soar. And here you stand. Not as a casualty of what happened to you, but as a carrier of what's happening through you. This is the moment your very soul has been gearing up for. The world is crying out for what you've got. So stand up straight, not with ego, but with the quiet power of someone who knows they're on assignment. You were picked. You were prepared, and now, showtime. Take a quick look over your shoulder, not to get stuck back there, but to really clock what you've walked through. The tempests, those long stretches of silence, the betrayals that made no sense. The nights you shouted into the void and only echo answered. Those weren't just scars, they were stripes you earned, they were your classroom. You were being polished, not sidelined. And even if it felt like your world was shattering, it was actually breaking as open, making room for something incredible to push through from deep inside. It's tempting to buy the lie that hardship means you're off track or ignored. But the reality, those hard times were holy ground. They built your backbone, stretched your staying power, and burned off all the junk that couldn't come with you to where you're headed. There's a solid reason you didn't get what you thought you needed when you thought you needed it. You weren't being held back, you were being built up. Some people had to exit your life so you could find your true north. You had to go it alone sometimes to hear that inner compass without static. You had to hit walls so your belief could grow beyond surface level. And look at you now, stronger, sharper, quieter, but way more certain. You're carrying something now that isn't taught in easy street. It's forged in the furnace. All this while, you weren't being sidelined. You were being readied for a task only a select few are equipped for. Don't hold a grudge against the journey. That was your proving ground. And now that the prep work is done, you can move forward with absolute clarity. Know this: the very pain that tried to crush you is now the solid ground your purpose will stand on. There's a point where what's been kept under wraps has to come out, not just for others to see, but for you to see. You've carried heavy questions. Why me? Why so different? Why did doors slam shut for me when they swung wide for others? Now, the why starts to make sense. Because when the clock strikes the appointed hour, the truth can't be muzzled. The haze clears, and you finally see what your gut knew all along. You were never meant to fit in. You were marked, designated, and reserved for something way beyond the everyday. That's why the standard playbooks never worked for you. That's why you couldn't just go with the flow. Your core vibrated with a truth that clashed with the world's noise. For ages, maybe you doubted your worth, not getting that the very things that made you feel like an outsider were actually signposts for your mission. But now, the curtain's ripping. The fake stuff is crumbling. The raw truth of who you are and what you're here to do is surging up. The world tried to label you too intense or not good enough. But the real story is breaking. You are precisely who you were designed to be. And those parts of you that others didn't get, those are the very qualities that will wake others up. This is your unveiling, your step into your authentic self. What was hidden is now being shouted from the rooftops. So eyes open, heart steady. Trust what's being laid bare. Because once you've seen the truth, you can't unsee it. In every life's journey, there's a moment when the universe gives the green light. Not when you've got it all figured out. Not when life looks picture perfect, but when your spirit has toughened up, matured, and locked in with the gravity of your assignment. That moment's landed. Your spiritual upgrade has been approved. Not by people, not by titles, Not by applause, but by that unseen force that's been tracking your quiet consistency. You didn't go chasing approval, you chose your path. You didn't cut corners, you stuck to the straight and narrow. And, yeah, it cost you. It might have looked like you were falling behind. But the real deal, you were being promoted where no one could see, and now that phase is complete. The shift has happened internally, and soon you'll see it externally. The authority you now hold, the calm you project, the clarity in your voice, it won't be overlooked anymore. This isn't about status or self-importance, it's about responsibility. With this upgrade comes bigger tasks, wider reach, and stronger backing. You're done just getting by. You're now operating with divine intel. The right people, the right resources, the open doors, no accidents. They're your mission assets falling into place. You've gone from waiting to acting, from hoping to knowing. No need to justify yourself. Your actions will speak volumes. Your light will show what's genuine. Move forward, not as someone wishing to be picked, but as someone already activated by a power far beyond. Because once that higher approval is stamped, nothing on this earth can stop it. Now that the mission is clear and the go-ahead is given, there's zero room for waffling. You've got to step up completely, no half measures, no ifs or buts, full commitment. This isn't the time to second, guess or hunt for one more sign. You've heard it. You've seen it. You've felt that nudge deep inside. Following through isn't a choice anymore, it's crucial. And get this, following through isn't just about doing stuff. It's about being in sync. It's making a move when it's awkward. It's speaking up when your voice is trembling. It's trusting when you can't see the finish line. It's waking up every day, quietly determined to walk your path even if no one's cheering, even if no one gets it. Because you're not following the herd. You're following a higher directive. You can't carry this calling if you're still dragging around yesterday's doubts. The almost ready phase, that's over. The part of you still wondering if you're good enough has to go. The divine isn't looking for flawless, it's looking for your eyes. Total commitment means you trust the next step even when you can't see the whole staircase. It means doing the right thing even when it's the hard thing. It means trading comfort for purpose. And yes, this commitment will demand things from you. It might cost you old connections, old habits, old ways of seeing yourself, and the fantasy of being in control. But what you get back is crystal clear direction, a peace that's beyond understanding, and a life packed with meaning you can't buy or fake. You weren't put here to play it safe. You were chosen to be a beacon in the dark, and light doesn't ask for permission to shine. So this is it. Stop stalling, stop shrinking, stop haggling with your destiny. You've heard enough. You've waited enough. Now it's go time. What's unfolding right now isn't just about you, it's global. You sense it, right? Something's changing out there. Old ways are breaking down, lies are being exposed. People everywhere are snapping awake, questioning old beliefs, and searching for something real, something more. This is bigger than just a phase, it's a worldwide wake-up call. And you're not just watching from the sidelines. You're in it. You're a vital player in this divine plan. You weren't just dropped into this world by chance. You were sent here, for this exact moment, for a mission bigger than just you. You've been awakened not just to get out of the dark, but to face it down with truth, with love, with genuine power. The road you've traveled, the pain you've overcome, the wisdom you've gathered, it wasn't just for your own healing, it was to tool you up to help others. Your life is a map, a beacon, a signal to those still lost in the fog, and you're not flying solo. All over the planet, others just like you are stepping up. The quiet ones, the misunderstood ones, the ones who've been hidden, people seasoned in silence, now emerging with clarity and conviction. This is the moment of the called, the chosen, the awakened. It's not about job titles or follower counts anymore. It's about real impact. It's about follow through. It's about knowing who you are and why you're here. This is a divinely orchestrated movement. You're perfectly synced with heaven's clock. When you speak, your words land. When you act, things shift. When you live your truth, you give others the guts to rise to. That's how this awakening spreads, not by pushing, but by people lining up with their truth. So don't you dare sell yourself short. Don't mute your voice. You're not insignificant. You're not too late. You're not out of the running. You are precisely on schedule, and your eyes right now could be the very thing that liberates generations.